It was a rainy day when destiny knocked on Liam's door, a moment that would irrevocably change his life. As the cold drizzle embraced the quiet, misty park, Liam wandered aimlessly, lost in thought and regret. The rain fell steadily, concealing the world in a soft gray shroud, until his eyes caught a glimpse of something hidden on an old, weathered bench. There, partially drenched and quietly calling his name, lay a leather-bound diary. Its pages were curled and trembling, as if holding secret memories that could no longer be contained. In that moment, as his fingers brushed against the soaked cover, Liam felt an unexpected piercing of the heart, and he knew that this diary was far more than just paper and ink. It was a relic of love once shared and lost. Intrigued and deeply unsettled, he opened the diary. The first line struck him like a bolt of lightning, a confession of raw emotion that resonated with every fiber of his being. In that instant, a familiar name echoed in his mind. Emma. The woman whose smile had once illuminated his days, the woman whose absence now haunted his nights. With each word, the barrier between the past and present began to crumble, and memories long buried in silence surged back with relentless force. The diary transported him back to a time when his world was painted in the vibrant hues of love and possibility. He recalled the first time he had seen her in a quaint bookstore, standing amongst towering shelves of words and dreams. Emma, radiating warmth in a soft yellow sweater, was thumbing through the verses of Rupi Kaur, her eyes alight with passion and wonder. Liam, hidden in the depths of the fiction section, found himself captivated by her presence so much so that time seemed to pause as their destinies intertwined. Their first accidental meeting, the gentle touch of their hands as he picked up a fallen book, was not just a spark of romance but the beginning of a profound connection. The subtle exchange of smiles, the coffee dates that followed, and the quiet mornings filled with shared silence had woven together the tapestry of their love. Yet amid these cherished memories lay the bitter taste of missed opportunities. As Liam turned the fragile pages, he was forced to confront the demons of regret that had haunted him for years. With every sentence, the diary revealed the soft, aching truths of a love that had been taken for granted. Emma had poured her soul onto those pages, recounting each stolen moment and every whispered promise that they had once believed would last forever. She spoke of the nights when she had reached out, her eyes pleading for the love and attention that Liam had so hesitantly given. Instead of speaking, he had retreated into silence, leaving her alone with her hopes and her fears. The pages of the diary wept with the sorrow of unspoken words and unsaid goodbyes. Emma wrote of the delicate balance between affection and absence, confessing how she had tried to hold on even as his silence built a chasm between them. In her own gentle, heart-wrenching prose, she revealed that every missed chance was a painful reminder of the love that could have been a love that was at risk of slipping away forever. One particularly heart-stopping passage was marked by a taped page, sealed with trembling hands and fragile hope. Liam. If you're reading this, maybe part of me always wanted you to. This haunting declaration breathed life into his regrets, forcing him to re-examine the choices that had led to their parting. The narrative of the diary was more than just words in ink, it was a mirror held up to Liam's soul. He remembered how Emma had once expressed that she needed him to fight for her, not out of obligation, but with the full force of his heart. His inability to speak those loving truths had turned what could have been a symphony of passion into a quiet tragedy of missed connections. In the quiet aftermath of her departure, he had sat alone in the darkness of a room that still smelled of her perfume and held remnants of the love they once shared, the untouched coffee mug, the stray hairpin on the pillow, that whispered of better times now lost. Haunted by the diary's revelations, Liam's heart ached with the enormity of his silence. The loss of Emma was not merely the loss of a beloved partner, it was the loss of a voice that once filled his soul with light. Each word he read in that damp, forgotten diary was a call to remember the intensity of a shared passion and the irrevocable consequences of his inaction. Every page was a reminder that love is fragile and that even the sweetest emotions require expression, loudly and without fear. Racked with regret and longing, the following day found Liam on the doorstep of the very apartment he had once called home with Emma. The rain had begun anew, and the world around him blurred into a watercolor of shadows and reflections. Clutching the diary as one might hold the last piece of a shattered past, he hesitated before pressing the doorbell. The echo of his solitary knocks filled the corridor, a reminder that some doors, once open, are not easily reopened. But this time, unlike the hollow silence that had greeted him before, the door creaked open to reveal Emma, standing in the threshold with vulnerability and resolve painted across her face. Barefoot and hesitant, Emma's eyes, red from unshed tears, met his with a mixture of disbelief and longing. Her voice, quiet and tremulous, broke the stillness. "I found your diary." Liam's heart pounded as he replied, his words secure in the newfound clarity of remorse and desire. "You weren't supposed to, but I'm glad I did. Because, in those pages, I saw the truth of my inexpressed love and my failure to appreciate you fully back when I had the chance." His admission was not merely a confession, it was the beginning of an earnest attempt to atone for the silence that had kept them apart. For a long, suspended moment, they stood in a delicate balance where the past and present converged. Emma's eyes searched his, seeking signs of sincerity in the depths of his remorse. Slowly, she inquired, "Why now, Liam? Why have you chosen this moment to open the door to our past?" It was a question that seemed to reverberate with years of longing and sorrow, a question for which only the courage of a heart that had learned to love unconditionally could provide an answer. With resolute determination and a vulnerability that only deepened the connection between them, Liam stepped forward. His voice, soft and steady, responded, carried the weight of a man reborn through hardship. "Because I finally understand that love is not about unyielding strength or silence. Love is about showing up, even when the uncertainty is overwhelming. I let my silence speak when my heart screamed, and it was wrong. I was not strong enough then, but I choose differently now." His confession was a promise that every day forward would be an act of love, an act of courage, and an act of heartfelt honesty. Emma's eyes sparkled with a flicker of hope as her long, restrained feelings began to surface. In that charged moment, the years of distance melted away, replaced by a deep, unspoken understanding. Her voice, barely above a whisper, responded, "You always had my heart. I just never knew if you would ever learn to hold it with the passion it deserved." And with that, in a moment both delicate and profound, Liam reached out to gently cup her face, their foreheads meeting in a tender vow of reconciliation. The rain that had persistently fallen outside seemed to ease as their pain gave way to a shared promise of new beginnings. In the soft, fading light, their reunion was both an end to long-held regrets and the dawning of a hopeful future. He began to write his own letters of affection, small notes hidden where she would find them, a token of his renewed commitment to expressing the depths of his emotions. Their journey eventually led them to a quiet, comforting cabin in Vermont, a sanctuary where the echoes of their past were gently replaced by the warmth of a true home. Outside, a golden retriever named Rumi bounded joyfully, a living emblem of their newfound happiness. Inside, the soft crackle of a fireplace and the steaming mugs on the windowsill set the stage for moments of intimate conversation and quiet reflection. In that life together, every day was a conscious choice, a reaffirmation of their love, gently spoken in whispered reassurances and the soft glances of forgiveness. The diary, once a painful reminder of what had been lost, now rested on a shelf as a sacred relic of transformation. It no longer beckoned Liam with sorrowful memories, but rather, it served as a testament to the human capacity for change, for redemption, and for the courage to love despite the scars of the past. Emma still shed tears occasionally, and Liam still experienced moments of doubt, but each time they met halfway, their hearts aligning in the quiet language of understanding. As the seasons changed and time moved forward, Liam and Emma rediscovered the profound lesson that had been etched onto those long, forgotten pages. Love, he came to understand, thrives when nurtured with honest expressions and when both partners dare to embrace vulnerability. No longer shrouded in regret, he had learned that every moment of silence was a missed chance, a cost too great to bear. Now, more than ever, he chose to speak up, to act, and to cherish the overwhelming beauty of their shared life. In the soft glow of twilight, when the rain had long subsided and the world seemed to pause in peaceful reflection, Liam's journey stood as a bold reminder that every day offers an opportunity for forgiveness and renewal. And as the final light of day surrendered to a promising dawn, the message rang clear and true. Love is not a fleeting emotion but a lifelong commitment to showing up, each day, every day. Reflect on your relationships and consider that love is about continually choosing to show up, even when it's scary.